All right, so I'm going to get y'all to settle in on your back and static back. Always looking for that 90-degree hip, 90-degree knee. Arms a little bit away from the body, palms of the hands face up. You might choose to leave your eyes open. You might choose to close your eyes. Whatever would feel most restful for you right now. Then simply begin by noticing the feeling of the breath in the body, wherever it is most obvious to you. Morning, Cynthia. Now, as you keep the feeling of the breath in the back of the mind, just scanning the body, noticing if you're holding tension, where you're holding tension. Can you let it go? Surveying all the little muscles in your face, your forehead, around your eyes. Seeing the little muscles in your lips and your lower jaw. Allow your lips to soften. Allow the bottom jaw to relax away from the top jaw. Noticing the muscles of the neck. A gentle little arch in the back of the neck. Perhaps allowing for a softness in the throat. Feeling the air on the fingers and the palms of the hands. Noticing the heaviness of the arms on the floor beneath you. Surveying the state of the shoulders. Any sensation in the shoulders. Observing the state of your back, from the top of the shoulders to the tailbone. Is the back settling level, right and left side? Noticing your hips, in particular, observing the crease of the hip or the front of the hip. Is there gripping there? Is there tension? Can you let that soften? Noticing your inner leg, long muscles from the knee to the groin. Are you holding onto your legs? Are you holding your legs together? Can you allow that to soften? Observing any sensation in your knees. Noticing the alignment of your lower legs. So from your knee to your heel, are your lower legs parallel? Seeing your ankles. Any sensation in your feet? Now that the body's settled, take a moment, just observe the state of the mind. Is the mind very busy? Mind very quiet. Following the thoughts. Allowing yourself to think. And then shifting the noticing from watching your thoughts back to feeling your breath. Each time you inhale, body expands a little bit. Each time you exhale, body settles and lets go. Now, without changing anything, you can just observe. Hopefully the back is settled. Hopefully the hips have relaxed. Just noticing. Then I'm going to get you to open your eyes and look straight ahead at a spot on the ceiling. We're going to do a lot of rotation in class today. So a lot of twisting, a lot of mobilizing of the spine. And we're going to start with the neck. So you're looking straight up at the ceiling. Keep your eyes still, keep them focused on a point, and just start to turn your head from side to side. And the first thing I want you to notice is it easy to keep your eyes still while moving your head? Or does that feel challenging? Is it okay for you, or do you feel a little lightheaded or dizzy? If you get dizzy, please stop. Keep moving the head. And now you're going to add the eyes. So when you go left, you're going to look left. And we will sort of automatically notice, you go right, you look right, that your range of motion got bigger. So of course it did. But it is important to know, especially when we're rotating, when we're adding rotation into our movement, looking where you're going makes the movement bigger, makes the movement easier. You're going to bring your face back to center. You're just going to pause for a moment. You're going to observe. And then I'm going to get you to stretch your arms out shoulder height. So your arms come up shoulder height. We're going to do a little rotation that's coming from the shoulder, although it is easiest at the hand. You're going to turn the palms to face down, press your hands flat, and turn your palms to face up, press the hands flat. We're just going to do that 20 times. Again, you could do it just by flipping the hand kind of at the wrist or at the forearm, but I want you to think about the elbow pit turning as well. The movement's coming from your shoulder. And when you're done 20, you're going to bend your elbows and go into goalpost arms. Notice how the wrists feel, how the elbows feel, how the shoulders feel. Again, when you're done 20, you're bending the elbows to 90 degrees. And then you're just going to bring your forearms back to the floor on either side of your head. Just notice when you go into goalpost arms, does the position of the arms change sensation in the back? It absolutely might. You're going to pick your forearms up and draw a circle down. And I don't know if you can see me, watch that this doesn't happen. And if you can see yourself, watch that this doesn't happen. So we don't want the head of the shoulder or the head of the humerus to come off the floor. As you go down, you keep your shoulders on the floor. If you're rotating, but not so much that your shoulders pop up. They stay on the floor. Do relax your jaw. Do soften your tongue. Or don't. If that jaw tension is what is holding you together today, leave it alone. Now, once you've got the hang of moving both arms together, just switch. One arm goes down, one arm goes up. So you're alternating. And the goal is not to get the hands anywhere in particular, just to find a little bit of rotation at the shoulder. Notice as you're focused on your shoulders, if there's gripping in your hips, and if there was anything you could do about letting it go. Forearms are going to come through the middle. You're going to hold on to your elbows. Holding on to our elbows. And now we're going to add rotation in our upper back. And it's very subtle and it's pretty small. You're just pulling your upper arms from right to left. So I want you to be holding onto your elbows. And depending on your shoulders, some of us, I mean, if you have really long arm bones and really mobile shoulders, it's going to be pretty easy to get your elbows to the floor. But I want the arms to be pulling the upper back a little bit from right to left. So you might kind of imagine that you're walking your rib cage up away from your pelvis. Always we're looking for pain-free range of motion. Breathing quietly through the nose. Next time your arms come through the middle, you're going to start to draw a circle. So your elbows will go down and then out to one side, up and around. The movement starts as little as is comfortable and slowly gets as big as is possible for your shoulders. It's okay if your shoulders are a little bit noisy. Make sure you're breathing. Next time you come down past your belly, you're going to go the other way. And you might notice as the arms go, you're also kind of drawing a circle with your upper back. You can kind of maybe feel that in your rib cage, in the back body. Arms are going to come again down past your belly. Just let your arms relax. Pause. Notice how your back feels. And you need to take your legs up off your prop. Kind of get whatever it is you're using to put your legs on out of the way. Or get yourself out of the way of your prop. And then you're starting in hook lying. So knees bent, feet flat, arms a little bit away from the body. Then I'm going to get you to take your left ankle on your right thigh. And just kind of pause there. Notice with your legs in this shape, what's going on with your pelvis. Do I still have the idea of a little arch in my low back? Does my pelvis feel level, or did it twist a little bit? If you're moderately comfortable here, and you can just start by kind of moving that left knee a little forward and back. So we're moving the leg with the hip, and then you kind of push that left knee away from you. So if there was like a hand on the other side of your knee, you're pushing into it. Without the waist changing shape, so you don't want your pelvis to hitch up on one side or the other. Take one more breath here. Let that go, uncross, and switch sides. It can be right ankle, left thigh. And again, just pause as you switch sides and notice how things are different one side to the other. And one side isn't good and one side isn't bad. You're just gonna push that knee, again, maybe start with just a little movement there at the hip. And then see if you can push it away. But notice as I push my knee away, is there some kind of movement happening in my pelvis or my low back? So am I using my back to move my leg? So you're gonna take that, you're gonna relax that, take that leg off, uncross, go feet together, knees wide. You're coming into reclining bound angle. Pausing here for half of a minute. Remember, this shape isn't always wonderful in every body. If you don't feel particularly comfortable, move a little bit, pick your legs up, or put something underneath your hips. And you're gonna bring your legs up. So we're gonna go back to that first shape. You're gonna go right ankle, left thigh. And then I want you to think about your left foot. So we're gonna do some rocking chairs. You're gonna pull the ball of the left foot off and then pull the heel off. You're going heel toe. And you're gonna do 10 with your left ankle. And then you're gonna switch sides, do 10 with your right ankle. We're gonna do that twice. So total of 20 rocking chairs in the hip lift position. As you switch, just noticing if the position of the hip starts to feel different or the ease with which you come in and out of this position changes. When you're done 2 sets of 10, go back, feet together, knees wide. And when you get back to feet together, knees wide, just observe if the hips feel different. Very often, they will. Now, again, you're bringing your legs back up into hook lying, and you're gonna find your blocks. So if you have 3 of the spongy blocks, use 3 of the spongy blocks. If you just have a brick, put it on its middle side. If you're using a pillow, if it's like a throw pillow, fold it in half. Double check that you have a neutral pelvis, top of the pelvis, pubic bone parallel to the floor, tiny little lumbar arch. We're gonna do this all together. So we're working with the hips here. You're gonna squeeze the block, relax, squeeze the block, relax. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take your blocks out. Try not to change your legs too much. Leave them as they are. Now, with a neutral pelvis, with thighs that are parallel, I want you to think about your glutes. So those are the cheeks that are not in your face. You're going to tense them and relax. Tense, relax. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, again, leave your legs as they are. You're just going to take your left heel off the floor. So it's like you got a 2-inch heel on your left foot. And then we're hinging at the right hip. So you pick your right foot up and you put it down. Pick it up, put it down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Put both feet down. Pick your right heel up. Moving at the left hip, you pick your foot up, you put it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Put both heels down, bring your feet together, let your knees go wide. Again, you get back into reclining bound angle. We might notice that we feel a little more flexible. Just observing. I'm going to repeat that one more time. So pick your legs back up. Take your blocks between your knees. Neutral pelvis, arms relaxed. So we're using our inner legs, we're using our adductors and nothing else. You squeeze the blocks, relax. Squeeze the blocks, relax. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take those blocks out. Still in hook lying, knees parallel, feet pointing straight ahead, pelvis still sitting in neutral, thinking about your glutes. You're going to tense your bum, relax. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax your glutes. Now we're thinking hip flexors. You take your left heel off the floor, hinging at the right hip. Pick your foot up, put it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Watch that you're not using your abs. 8, all hip flexors. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Place both foot soles down. Pick your right heel up. Now hinging at your left hip. Pick that foot up, put it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Place both foot soles down. Same again last time, feet together, knees wide. Moving into reclining bound angle. Just get heavy. And remember, if you notice a really big difference in those little exercises, in the adduction, the glute contractions, and the isolated hip flexor lift, if there's a big difference in your right and left side, those are really good exercises to practice. The more symmetrical you get, the better your hips are going to feel, in theory. Okay, I'm going to get you to bring your legs back up. Take your left ankle again on your right thigh. We should notice this shape starting to feel even easier. You're going to stretch your arms out so you look like a letter T. Turn the palms of your hands to face down. Kind of think about reaching your left hand to the left as you roll over the pinky toe side of your right foot, eventually bringing your right thigh maybe to the floor. If your right thigh won't easily come to the floor, put something underneath it. You're going to turn your face to look away from your legs. Again, we're going back into rotation. Now we got the whole spine involved. You got your neck, the twist facilitated in the upper back, sort of through the arms being grounded. You got the twist in the waist into your low back, right down into your hip. Hanging out here for half a minute longer. Imagine there's something like right behind the outside edge of your left knee and push into it. Someone's hand on the outside of your left knee. Breathe. Take one more breath here. Roll your pelvis back up. Turn the palms of your hands to face up. Let your arms relax a little bit. Pick your right foot up off the floor. So you're looking for a 90-degree hip and a 90-degree knee on that right side. As you hold that right leg stable, again, push your left knee away. Notice when you're working with your hips, watch that the shape of your waist doesn't change, like you didn't let your pelvis twist. That being said, if it feels good to rock a little bit, you could move a little bit. And also in this one, just like in our isolated hip flexor lift, try and see if you could use your hip flexors more and your belly less. See if you could figure that out. Take one more breath here. Place that right foot sole down, uncross your legs, pause in between thighs. You're gonna take your right ankle onto your left thigh, stretch your arms out again, turn the palms of your hands to face down, reach your right arm away as you roll over the pinky toe side of your left foot. Eventually left thigh comes to the floor, maybe right foot sole. You keep pushing that right knee away. And then again, you can look away from your leg, sort of completing the rotation up into the neck. You will almost always notice that one side is a little tighter than the other. That is okay. We all have holding patterns in our body. Nothing good or bad about it. And take one more breath here. Roll yourself back up. Turn the palms of your hands to face up. Take that left foot sole up off the floor. So again, we're looking for 90-degree hip, 90-degree knee. As you hold that left leg where it is, you're moving your right knee away from you. Watch that your waist stays roughly the same length on both sides. And you might notice that you need to use your abs more on one side compared to the other, and that's just good information. So that maybe one side's a little more functional than the other. You want to notice when that evens out for you. Again, don't be afraid to move a little bit. You could always wobble. You can always rock from side to side. If movement makes you feel better, go ahead and add it. If stillness feels better, just be still. Take one more breath here. Place that foot sole down. Uncross your legs. And then any way that works for you, you're gonna roll up into tabletop.